You know what letter that is, Grover?
I think so.
What letter is this?
Q.
Q. This is indeed a Q.
All right, we're here at the Patriot Hour for Tuesday, 11/13, November 13th, 2018. We got Ben with us.
Good to be in the studio, remotely in, so see what's going on today.
Yes, we will. Let's
We're going to see what it is.
we were kind of looking at the Book of Q. If you guys remember this, it's grown by hundreds of pages. Can't we agree on that, Ben?
Oh yeah, it's grown a whole bunch. I think it's up to almost 1,400 pages now, I believe, or no, four.
I think it is around there.
14,
Let's see.
Yep. 1384 is what they're saying there, or something like that.
Whoa.
Just a lot from when it first started. 1484 is how long it is. Okay, yeah, that's a lot from when it first got started.
Yeah, there you go. So that's lots added, folks. Lots added because there's been all the new Q posts, right?
Yo, yeah, we've said this book gets built on to almost on a daily basis, or if there's a new post, it gets added. There's a new meme that has a connection or that has a good message behind it. They'll go ahead and throw it in there that's involved with Q or whatnot.
I was going to read a little bit of this here. This is a preface to the book, brief summary. Q Clearance Anon is a high-level anonymous source, supposedly a group of people who has been dropping breadcrumbs for several months, signaling worldwide governments and corporate corruption. 3 families of focus include the Saud, Rothschild, and Soros families. He's basically been exposing the cabal. So we had the Saud family we know about, Rothschild, Soros, and then you got the Clinton Foundation, WikiLeaks, which shows that the clowns in America has the ability to impersonate Russian cybersecurity firm Kaspersky Lab, which means they can put Russia fingerprints on anything. NYT then released an article about Sour Apple's breach, where clowns in America, so NSA and clowns in America condemned the NSA and blamed Russia. That's where we got our Snowden kind of game. So that's interesting there. Let's read a little bit about this, the preface into the introduction of the book. Go ahead and read these couple of...
The first couple, it says, if you don't know what the Q story is about yet, you're about to go down the rabbit hole. A fascinating, creepy, scary, disgusting, and mind-blowing deep hole. This is not for the faint of heart, but you've had to face the truth, as awful as it could be. Why? Because realize. It is only once humanity will have faced the lies and awakened to the truth that will be able to accept the horrors of our past and ensure they will never happen again. This story is not only about America, but about the world. It has already reached millions of people around the globe, many of whom are willing to fight for a cause of good. The news in these pages have spoken to their very souls. Times of big changes are coming and might in fact already be upon us. Last one, we'll see here. Some of you may be new to all of this and will have been following this from the beginning. This document exercises the connect the dots between events, very specific events that have been designed for at least by human hands to control and enslave all people of the world.
Yeah, that's I'll read this one. This document is a chronological guide to the crumb trail left by Q and attempts to interpret and disseminate the information Q has provided. Along the way, the history of the cabal and how humanity has been lied to and manipulated for possible millennia is revealed, as well as the current fight by the Donald Trump administration of the United States of America to destroy the Cabal forever in collusion with both new and old allies of the world. So we basically, we know the plan, but we just wanted to kind of show you guys that. So here's a security clearance chart. It's kind of interesting. So, what is it showing us here? Top secret with SCI eligibility or DOE Q. So Q is equal to, like I've said before, top secret with SCI, secret compartmentalized information access. All right.
So just to kind of give you a little review.
So we got some links right here. You can get right to them, but you have the Q map full, backup links, link for the 47 parts from IRC Q clearance.
So this is telling you that the archive of what you're actually going to be getting right now, what you're going through. There's a zip folder. Of course, all current posts up to when the last time this book was updated are archived. So you can go there to any one of these 4 links and get, everything from the 47 parts of this book to the full Q map. There's a backup link. So, and I don't know if that Q map was the, okay, there it was. Exactly. That goes over almost all the players.
Well, this is just all the posts. Every single one of them put into 47 images. So you have them all. Look at this. So there's the very first. And if I come to this other corner.
And all the way down to the lower right-hand corner. It's pretty big. I'll go to the... I think that sec test was one.
Where are we at? February. Okay, so that's one of them. Here are the Q map. It's the only thing you'll really need. The Q maps are just a collection of Q posts on both 4chan and 8chan saved as 47 big images. We used to show these to Q so he confirms it. It was the first way to confirm himself before the trip code user. There are 47 images because there are more than 22,000 Q posts. But you can also find interactive Q maps such as website or phone or on a phone application. So that was a Q map. Is Q a legitimate insider? So they get into some Q proofs.
What's believed to be confirmed? Do the facts confirm or deny? We've been over do it Q picture, another proof. Some of these obviously you were going to be well aware of. We went over in many episodes ago. But just so much information to go over here. Again, this is just a good resource if you have questions about what's going on. What's happened so far. It's a good place to start from if you don't really know.
This is the one where Trump linked. He had a link for an article here. And then what was it? How did this go down? Fact2maga.com about Q clearance Patriot White Rabbit.
And then Trump posted the old MAGA red pill. So there's all kinds of stuff here. I mean, you can get into and lead into. I mean, there's,
Yeah, Trump retweeted and shared a post from magapill.com, which is a website that keeps track of Trump's accomplishments since he entered into the office. What is so special about that? The answer is that the day that Trump shared the website, the first news on the main page was about Q clearance patriots. The insider on 4chan, yes, about Q. See picture on the right, figure 2. Strangely, after Trump's tweet, the website went viral for a few minutes and then went down. A few moments later, back up, no explanation, only a weird excuse from the host, which even the owner of the website found odd. The MSN talked about it too. So that was a link
So,
there.
yeah.
Follow the White Rabbit.
So just kind of another little, and we've seen that one.
Yeah,
as
then the
well.
one where Trump did the consensual president, like and then the news talked about it, and then at like 45 minutes later, he changed it to consensual with the Q.
Put a Q in there. So, yep, and it goes over that as well.
But there's actually a little more to it than that.
Yeah, there's the timestamps along with his tweets. So
There's the tippy top
the
shape.
tippy toppy shape. Of course, we've talked about that in Garage Talk. Of course, it is what it is.
So we'll kind of end this little thing here. You guys can download this. The link will be down below in the description. Make sure you check it out. It's just a PDF. You can get it on your phone, your tablet, your devices. It's very small. It's megabytes, maybe a couple hundred. But again here, if none of the Q predictions come true, then it's all a waste of time. Not true. The mere fact that someone with access to the president's Twitter account is putting conspiracy stuff all on 4chan is huge news alone. 1, Q could be leaking. 2, Q could be trying to damage POTUS. 3, Q could be trying to discredit POTUS. 4, POTUS could be experimenting. 5, Q could be POTUS / close to POTUS using us as real news. The mere fact that someone with access to POTUS Twitter account that is posting on the chans makes this worth all watching. The only real advice I can give you is to be critical thinker, open-minded, but check your facts. Double check, cross dates, times, interest, and so on. Be smart and creative. Think for yourself and just connect the dots. Godspeed to all of us.
Yes. No, I think that's a great one to kind of a
Well, if we're getting fake news from what we know to be fake news, and I know Q links to articles sometimes, but we all know there is truth within every lie. Every good lie is going to be lots of truth, just a little bit of lie to make it a lie. Like, hence, this is blown up and but this person did it. The lie could be that who did it, and everything else is
Exactly.
true. We know how that works, so we're not fools, but it makes sense. You just gotta, you can either sit back, watch CNN, you could sit back, watch Fox News, you could sit back and partake in an active role in things and connect the dots. And I went to the polls more alert, more knowing than I ever have in my life on this midterm election. So
very true. And, it was a record amount of all of us that actually showed up to the midterms this year. I would say, I don't know, according to some of the polls, in some states was a record like in history of showing up to the polls. I think some of them, like Georgia, was like at 55%. I think one of the reports had set out, and like Minnesota, I think other report had said that it was like 65% had showed up to the midterm elections to cast their ballots. I mean, just pretty
how many
amazing
times
stuff,
have you
yeah.
heard? How many times have you heard in the past? Oh, it's just the midterms. I'm not going to vote. It's not important.
Very true, very true. Or they'll say facts like, "Well, it's only for the president. It's only want to really get out," And of course, yeah, they have a lot more advertisement power when it's for the presidency every 4 years versus the midterm. That's what a lot of on both sides of the aisle, they're both saying that we've had a great number of turnout. This has been a lot of people came out this year in record numbers. It seems like we're using that word record and all-time high, and we're using that word kind of a lot these days.
Yeah, I agree. So the last couple of Q posts, what do you think on that 53 to 47? Now that came back up, and we know that was, October 2nd. Oh, let me get you on here. I don't have your voice. There you go. Yeah. So what do you think about that 53-47? I think it came up in here.
October 2nd.
Yeah, October. Oops.
Or November.
Yeah, no, October 2nd. The first one that came up, 53-47, and then again.
And
today.
Well, and another one, October 9th, it was 52 to 47. So Is it the confirmation of Justice Kavanaugh? Is it going to be? Is it what the Senate House is at? I mean, it's
Well, this
interesting. I
this
don't.
website named it because Q posts don't come with a title, so they
No, they just
took it to be
yeah,
that. I think a
they took
lot
it
of
to be
us
that.
took it at that time.
Yeah, I would agree. That was what was happening at that time.
So now look at their title for today's one when it comes out because they're trying to relate it to something.
Yep. So
Final
it's a,
Senate results of midterm? Question mark. And they had a question mark on it back then. So
of
they
course. So
didn't
we don't
know.
know
That
if
was just a
yeah.
guess.
And I think it was coming out that I think on October 9th, Q had posted like 52 to 47. So I don't know what that has was going for it as well. Um, I think it
Yeah.
was like 53 to 47.
And I believe it's
So I
52-47 right now with one seat remaining to be confirmed for the Senate. You know,
yeah. So
we're at 52.
so does that is that going to be with the Senate confirmations all wrapped up, which is interesting that that was cited, on the 2nd. And then on the 9th of October, I believe, is when Q had put, 52 to 47. And then again on the 13th of November, he's posting back, or the team is posting back 53 to 47. So,
Yeah. It's
so as it stands for, that's the numbers for the final how seats in the Senate. That's going to be the final, as it lays out.
yeah,
Interesting.
I
If that's the
mean
case, then that's
possibly.
very, very interesting that on the 2nd of October that Q had put those numbers out before, we the people had got the voted and Arizona and what was it? Arizona and Florida were doing recounts, and there was some stuff going on there, some ballot issues. So that was interesting. I don't really know what to make of it. I'm kind of holding off a little bit on really trying to point a finger at this is exactly what it means because, we were going through the Kavanaugh confirmation when that 53 to 47 was posted. And I can remember you and I were talking in Garage Talk, and we were, is it for the Kavanaugh confirmation? It could be. It could be. I don't think it turned out to be 53 to 47 for his confirmation. But
Well, yeah, they don't, we still don't know. It's right now it's 52-47. There's one, I don't know if it's Florida's that we're still waiting on. But in other breaking news right now, we got CNN is suing Trump administration to get Jim Acosta's press pass restored. Now, I think that's a privilege, not a right, folks. I don't know. It's just a press pass, but not just a press pass. It's important. There's lots of other news in there. Maybe to be a little bit more peaceful on the floor. This guy don't like to, ask his questions and then hand the mic off. He likes to badger, like when he doesn't get his answers that he wants. Like, why are you calling that paint over there white? Well, because I think it is, Jim. No, you're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. Now, what about the bench? Do you think the bench is wood when it's clearly made of metal? I mean, it gets funny, but
well,
yes.
with the Acosta situation, I would agree with you. I think it's a privilege to have a press pass, and each news administration, what you would hope they would send their brightest and their best out to these things. With it getting pulled, it's a relationship with the White House. It's not indefinite, and when Trump's no longer the president and there's another president, he could have a press pass and get right back in. It's not like
Yeah.
he broke a law. I believe it's a relationship, and he damaged the relationship with the current president, and he's not welcome. I mean, it's almost like if somebody comes into my house and starts badgering me and being mean to me when I was like, hey, are you coming as a guest? I'm like, you know what? I really don't want you around anymore.
Yeah,
And
it's like It's
I
like they
definitely
almost
agree
were
it's a
pushing it
privilege.
that far to get them banned so they can do this and have something to talk about. I mean,
Yeah,
I don't.
whatever you do, don't give the mic up, and I want you. It, at this point, it's a lot of speculation, but there's also a lot of coincidences. Oh,
Yeah, no, I agree. It's. What do you think about this here? Judge urges parties in Florida election to ramp down the rhetoric. Ramp it down.
I think that's just another way for them to try to say be quiet.
Yeah.
There's something happening in Broward County, and you know, it's coming out. I think we've had some type of election fraud or a accusation of election fraud every single midterm, every single presidential. There's always some state, some place that does some kind of fraud. So this is kind of almost par for the course, that something happened, and so hopefully they can get it resolved. And if they do, again, how do I, where I'm at, remotely into the studio, how do I prove that whatever happened in Florida really got resolved and that the counts are right now? I just gotta blindly trust those people who elected their representatives and officials in Florida to do the right thing.
Yeah, no,
Like, I hope
exactly.
they did the right thing in my state, or
And it's happened very few times in history, but it's happened where, people of a state vote in this person, that person, and then in elections, they just vote how they want. Well, you guys don't know what you're doing. There are 8.2 million of you in my state just don't get it. It's like, but you were right and just when you voted me in. That was the right choice, but now you don't know what you're doing. So that's
yeah,
where it
many
gets funny.
times.
That's basically what they're saying. And there are some states, we looked into this years ago. Some states have laws on that, but a lot of it is just, well, next time voting comes around, don't vote for that guy. That's basically the repercussion. So you either do right by your people, or you're gonna face the threat of not getting re-voted in, not getting reelected. So, all right, we're at the 22, going on the 23-minute mark. Let's go ahead and wrap it up. You got any closing final thoughts? Anything you'd like to say to the people?
Yeah, no, I'm anxious to see what's happening. I want these midterms to be calculated. And I want the numbers to be set in stone so we can move on. I think we all did our part to get out and vote. That's what each person can do to exercise their patriotism. And so I'm anxious for this to get over with and heading on to what's next for sure.
Right. There you heard it, folks. That was Ben. We always like when he joins us. We really appreciate it here at the Patriot Hour, him being part of it. Scott as well, and some of the other guys, Nate and Woodman. This has been a great, great year. Now, as far as, we have been reading the queue here. We want to, we do want to see some result. We hear the people in the comment section. We get it. We still haven't got all votes calculated, like Ben had said. We're trying to get those numbers set in stone so we can move forward. We're hearing about D-Class. Let the D-Class begin. The unraveling of all this information, the unveiling. We're all ready for that. We have to start pushing forward for sure and seeing some result. So let's keep our eyes and ears open, and we're gonna keep bringing you the breaking news as it comes, folks. These elections get sealed up. Anything huge, any new Q drops, we'll read them. So let's just keep moving forward with both of our eyes peeled and our ears open. And if you hear anything, see anything, drop it down below. Let us know in the comment section. We're doing our research. We hope you guys are as well. We work together. That's what this is all about. We're moving forward together. That's what it's always been about. I know we could all agree we're better researchers, we're better thinkers, we're better listeners, and the storm has been great for a lot of people in a lot of ways, being woke up. All right, but we do want to see some result here. We got to see some some of the crimes that were committed, some of these people be held accountable, right? Justice for all under our law. Mike, this is a Patriot Hour. God bless, Godspeed each and every one of you worldwide, and we'll see you back here real soon on the next Patriot Hour update video. Have a great late afternoon into your evening, folks.
You know what letter that is, Grover?
I think so.
What letter is this?
Q.
Q.